Hello, friends. Today I'm going to share my thoughts on a topic that's very close to my heart. Is your work a job, a career, or a calling? Sir Christopher Wren was an English scientist, a mathematician, and one of the country's most distinguished architects, best known for the design of many London churches, including St. Paul's Cathedral. Now, Wren's greatest opportunity in architecture came in 1666, following the Great Fire of London, which destroyed much of the medieval city. Wren produced ambitious plans for rebuilding the whole area, but they were rejected partly because property owners insisted on keeping the sites of their destroyed buildings. However, Wren designed 51 new city churches as well as the new St. Paul's Cathedral. Now, St. Paul's Cathedral is Sir Christopher Wren's masterpiece. It took 35 years to build a masterpiece, and a visit to the cathedral is a must for any tourist. The dome forms a part of the London skyline. It is over 100 meters high and is the second largest dome in the world. Now, there's an interesting story that came from rebuilding St. Paul's Cathedral. One day in 1671, Christopher Wren observed three bricklayers on a scaffold, one crouched, one half standing, and one standing tall, working very hard and fast. To the first bricklayer, Christopher Wren asked the question, "What are you doing?" To which the bricklayer replied, "I'm a bricklayer. I'm working hard laying bricks to feed my family." The second bricklayer responded, "I'm a builder. I'm building a wall." But the third bricklayer, the most productive of the three and a future leader of the group, when asked the question, "What are you doing?" replied with a gleam in his eyes, "I am a cathedral builder. I am helping Sir Christopher Wren build the cathedral." Friends, the story of the three bricklayers brings to mind two important life lessons. First, the meaning of work, and second, the power of purpose. When I say meaning of work, what I mean is that for the first bricklayer, building the wall was a job that enabled him to feed his family. The first bricklayer's answer indicated that he was focused on a task and nothing more. But for the second bricklayer, it was an occupation or a career in which he mastered the craft of building up a wall. He saw the bigger picture and knew he was making an important contribution to the project as a whole. Now, for the third bricklayer, it was a calling as he saw himself as the person building the cathedral. The third bricklayer saw his work as being an integral part to changing people's life for the better. Basically, the work meant something different to all the three. Friends, it's not your position, but disposition that matters. There's nothing wrong with being a bricklayer. Instead, what matters is whether the person doing the work believes that laying down the next brick is just something that has to be done, or instead something that will lead to further personal success, or finally work that connects an individual to something far greater than self. The way you view your work can completely change your level of engagement with your work and in turn the quality of your work. We often hear people at work complain about their jobs, saying that they feel stuck, bored, and unfulfilled in the work they do. It's probably because they find no meaning in what they do. Meaning is one of those things that is really hard to define, but once discovered, has far reaching benefits. Meaning gives purpose for getting out of the bed in the morning. It makes one energized and excited and more productive at work. The second lesson we can learn from the three bricklayers is the power of purpose. It reflects our universal need to matter, to influence, and to make a difference in the world around us. Now, each bricklayer showed not only a different perspective on what the work meant for them, but they also demonstrated a personal expression of purpose. A sense of purpose in work is important. Studies show that when people believe that their work matters, they are 4 more times more likely to be engaged, they are more motivated, they learn faster, and are more fulfilled. Helen Keller, American author and educator who was blind and deaf, said many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Part of happiness is having a higher purpose, something to strive for that is bigger than you. We all want to matter and to make a difference in the world, at work or in someone else's life. Our higher purpose is how we find deep meaning and fulfillment in our lives by contributing to someone or something that is bigger than ourselves. Now, Austrian psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl made the power of purpose very clear in his book, Man's Search for Meaning. He wrote about how some people found a way to overcome the Holocaust and so many did not. Frankel identified that those who had a purpose or a reason to continue to live that was beyond themselves tended to survive, and they did survive, while those who were focused primarily on themselves did not. Friends, any work can be perceived as a job, a career, or a calling. It's up to each of us to decide how we want to approach the activities we do for money. Personally, I have experienced all the three. But once I embraced my own strengths, passion, and values, I was able to identify my calling. There's simply no sense in putting energy into activities that don't feed your calling. If you see your work as a calling, you truly believe that you are providing value to the world you live in. You are passionate about your work and you help others to feel that same drive. You love what you do and you would probably do it for free. I first worked in the accounts department of a large multinational organization. It was simply a job that I couldn't wait to see the end of each day and grab my paycheck at the end of the month. I was dead while I was alive. I then got into a career with an intention of climbing the ladder of opportunity, promotion, and power. But today, I see my work as a calling. It brings in me a sense of fulfillment because I believe that my efforts are helping to make the world a little better. Friends, the point is, we each get to choose our calling. Find your strength, passion, and values, and then harness them to make a positive change in the world. Given the amount of your life you spend at your work, you owe it to yourself to be happier when you are there at work. Adam Grant, an American psychologist and author, describes the new definition of success as not what you achieve, but what you help other people achieve. Remember, every job touches the life of someone else, from laying bricks to building cathedrals. How does yours?